Welcome back, guys. Mr. Rubblings here. We're going to play Sherlock Holmes. That's who we're going to be. Look, there he is. Game's been out a while, probably a year, maybe more, I don't even know. But I thought I'd take a look at it. Why not, eh? So let's click New Game. What? Frogwares. Look at those synapses firing. What a smart motherfudger this guy is. He's a bit like me in ways. Here we go. The fate of Black Peter. Some evidence requires additional investigation. I don't understand any of this. Oh, continue. Sorry. Didn't see that. Okay. Oh, hello. Take cover!
Holmes, will you stop that?
Nice bear.
You utterly mad. Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Oh, bugger.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
Press tab to open the casebook to check your current progress.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
Oh, okay.
You go along to Peter Carey's house.
Alright, alright.
This is where I keep my post.
with a big knife for it.
Oh, what a mess! What a...
I guess. Oh, what's this? Okay. What's these things? Okay. Let's get going to Woodman's.
Leave yet.
Oh,
I am not finished here.
he's not finished here. Oh, okay. Why isn't he finished here? Just walk into Watson's room. There's nothing to do in here. What's the point of being in here? Oh, Sherlock, what are you doing?
This is where I keep my post.
Why can't I look
My
at them?
archive. I can all. This is
Oh, it's first person view, that's better.
this is where I keep my post.
Oh, what's this? What am I doing? Oh my god. Trying to imagine things. Oh, what's in here? Oh, that makes more sense. Get my stuff ready, I did say. Makeup table. What's in this trunk here then? Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Let's blow this popsicle stand. Oh, it's exciting. Gonna go and see our first crime scene. Do a spot of reading, I guess. So investigate the murder. Yes, I can do that. Okay, great. Can I skip this bit? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, now then, now then.
Holmes,
No,
over
that's
here.
not the right
Come
thing.
on.
That's Jimmy Savile. That's not someone I should mention. What I meant to say is, oi oi, what's going on here then? Hello, hello. That's what I was looking for. Hello, hello, hello.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Oh, that's good then. I do realise I'm doing everything but looking at the murder scene, but I just want to take a little look around here first. Oh, oops.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him.
Oh, shut
As
up.
soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
What the what's going on? Alright, I'm proper psychoanalyzing there real quick. Well, not psychoanalyzing, but behavioural profiling or whatever.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
What do you do? Because you look like you're a gardener, so you're lying.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Because I don't know, because I don't know. Oh fuck.
You have indeed suffered.
Yes,
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Is it because he wasn't looking after the garden anymore? Nope, it's definitely not that. I knew it wasn't. I was just testing the game to see if the game knew that that wasn't the answer.
Yes.
He was different, wasn't he?
Making
when
sure
you
it was
first
been
met him
programmed
upon
correctly.
your return from Plymouth.
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
It's because of a pilgrimage. What? Why?
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth.
Ah.
I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Well, you know, I am quite an extraordinary man. When was the body
Do you
found,
remember at
bitch?
what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it.
Oh, why is that?
At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and...
Oh dear.
Was
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
Interesting.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream, but I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Thank you,
Sounds like
madam.
a good guy. Great. Hello.
Mr. Holmes?
Yes, hello, policeman. Alright, Governor.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Looking for clues, are we? There's footsteps here. Or prints, you know what I mean.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
How'd that guy miss that? Ugh.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin.
Well, I'd best go be looking inside the cabin
door
then.
is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it.
But how is it locked?
yesterday to ensure
Oh.
that no one should enter the cabin and
Oh,
tamper
fair
with
enough.
the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello.
Hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Yes, let me see that. Scratchy. Door, yep. Door lock, yes. Scratches, yes.
These scratches are fresh.
Well, he could have been drunk when he was trying to get in
You're
there.
right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Now, a mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
But I do. Well, usually. Spears, eh? Oh, hello. That is very strange indeed.
What a terrible way to die.
Let's grab one of those. There's obviously some sort of altercation.
The
Sperm.
tooth of a sperm whale.
Something's been taken from here. There's marks of where the dust has been. See, I'll be a detective
This
yet,
place
I
is
hear
not
you
covered
say.
with dust, like the rest of the... An object was taken.
Indeed it was. Even I knew that.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the year...
Yeah, okay.
Harpoons for hunting whales.
Looks like he was the one that was whaled. Whatever that means. Take? Why would I take them?
Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8.
Those prints were bigger.
Old navigation
Nothing interesting.
rum. Someone drank from it. It seems that Captain Carey was...
Peter Carey's.
The initials P... This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
Sorry, what? Oh, come on, that's close enough, isn't it? Yeah, I did it!
This is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors.
I don't really understand why he did that in his head, but okay. There's a knife there.
JHN. JHN.
Oh, is that it?
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
Yeah, okay.
The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Just put my fingerprints over everything.
This wooden handle is plain and solid. This blood is from the pool, and Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife. The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense. Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer. This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong.
Completed. Oh, what? B. What does B do? Oh, hello. What? Find a pair of related clues. I don't think any of these or anything do have anything yet.
Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
Oh, that's what I meant. Too smart.
These boots don't match the footprints.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think you did
I
it.
think that we are lucky
And why is that?
because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the
apples and
outside
pears.
near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
Indeed. Oh, so what do I do now? What do I do? Ha! I leave? Who's that then? Oh, right. Alright, liar.
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Been taken.
Thank you, madam.
It's been nabbed.
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes? Alright, Mr. Holmes, you want to have a knees up? Yeah, I think. So, how do I. What do I do now?
We need to find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
Oh, really?
This looks like the
Just
perfect
hide
hiding place.
here. Yeah. Really? So me, Captain of the Police, or Chief of Police, whatever they're called. What is he? Right, anyway. And a lot of people, a lot of bobbies, just gonna be sat behind this small cabin and hope that no one sees us. Sounds legit. What if he comes over the wall from behind us?
Shh. Did you hear that? There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there.
What's he doing? Where are you looking, mate?
Mr. Holmes?
Still just
Mr.
saying that. Mr. Holmes?
All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but I... Yes, it's just that I couldn't...
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't! I'm not... It's a terrible mistake!
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector. But please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
Please like, please subscribe. Call me a prick in the comments if you want. Bye bye.